It's been a whole year since the release of the Helltaker game, and with that comes an anniversary called Examtaker, which includes a brand new character called Loremaster, along with some pretty difficult content. But most importantly, we now have a dancing sprite of good old Beelzy. With that, here are my reasons why Loremaster is Helltaker material. Similar to the start of Helltaker, we wake up from a dream and get thrown into a nightmare, a purplish room full of very dangerous laser beams. As soon as we finish the room, we're greeted by the face on the big screen, none other than Loremaster, the science demon, who is on her quest to create the perfect parademon. And as you can see, she's even pacified Lucifer, where the so-called CEO of Hell has now become the maid demon, who by the way now has a Nendoroid of her own. Appearance-wise, Loremaster has the typical white hair and horns, and even the red and black business attire. But in the name of science, instead of wearing a blazer, she wears a white lab coat, as well as some red safety glasses, because safety is sexy. Oh, and she has cool robot arms too. In this game, we play as some kind of parademon who supposedly is the 66th subject in the 6th experimental batch. A nice reference to the devil's phone number. However, our dear Lucy corrects that he's clearly Subject 67, as you can tell by the barcode. Seeing that we have a low chance of success in the game, Loremaster decides to reveal her secret, claiming that despite her appearances, she's actually an angel. Her intense curiosity of demons caused her to disguise as one of them, eventually taking over all of Hell. She claims to have once had a halo, but can't really locate it right now. At this point, the game starts to get really hard, where some rooms make you constantly move around due to the killer lasers, leading to some frustrating moments. Thankfully, you can just skip the puzzles in the menu, and the game is very self-aware about it. At this point, Loremaster shows some semblance of her past self. Lucy even reveals that Loremaster still gets sway over anything mildly suggestive, and Loremaster is not amused. In case you haven't figured it out yet, Loremaster is actually Azazel. During past comics, she mentioned how she was starting to grow some horns herself. After being convinced to stay, her curiosity led to the mentioned takeover, which couldn't have been easy seeing that she lost both arms in the process. Apparently, she also painted her horns white so as to appear as old as Lucifer. With the completion of the final puzzle, Loremaster could hardly believe it, at first offering some apple pie as a reward if we beat the final boss. But 67 had other plans, seeing that Lucy is the best girl. According to Loremaster, she's smart, diligent, and only tries to assassinate her only twice a week. And we definitely can't forget her legendary pancakes, a valid reason not to give her up. During the final stage, we're faced with this colossal giant, where we start by punching him awake. Now the first health bar took a little practice, but it's very doable. And the second phase maybe took twice as long, but you can memorize the pattern. However, this final phase really drove me up the wall. Having failed over 50 times already, I visited the menu, where it taunts a skip suffering button, and I took that personally. After finally passing that ordeal, the experiment is now done, and it's only right that we demand that apple pie. But sadly, all the apple pie was finished, and who else other than Lucifer? Thankfully, they have a chief apple pie scientist, none other than Justice, who as seen by their reactions is an amazing cook, and humble too. Don't worry, Loremaster didn't forget about us. If you paid for the DLC, upon game completion, you gain access to the coveted apple pie recipe, featuring the famous Helltaker himself, and the lovely Judgment, where she injects her fierce personality into the baking process. The two end up borrowing Pandemonica's grater, and thankfully Helltaker brought a mixer, cause apparently they don't have any mixers in Hell. In the end, these two are hopeless without Lucifer, and end up slightly burning the apple pie. But that didn't stop Justice from enjoying it. Going back to the story, once 67 joins the group, Lucy shares her plans to one day retake the throne, persuading 67 to join her, as he reminds her of an amazing man she once knew. Oh, if you're wondering where Helltaker is, he's probably still stuck in the abyss with good old Beelzebub. So what do you think about Loremaster and her subjects? Would you want to sign up for apple pie with them? Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment on Loremaster, our favorite apple pie loving angel.